How's it going, everybody? So today we are making Lucy a little sheath for her new knife. Do you want to show them your knife?
Yeah, it's kind of like they're kind of little things.
Yeah, hers are scissors. This is a small keychain Leatherman that she wanted to get, which matches my bigger Leatherman. And she wanted to be able to carry it around, but she doesn't always have pockets, so we're going to make her a sheath just like mine. The main difference hers is going to have from mine is it's going to have a different clip on the back. I always thread mine onto a belt, but she doesn't always wear a belt, so she's going to need a clip. It's just going to slide in, it's going to have a snap, it's going to fit on her waistband just like mine. So the first thing we're going to have to do is figure out what size it needs to be. So we're going to take this, go ahead and put your Leatherman down. Yep. We're going to go ahead and go like that, and we're just going to kind of okay, here's the fun part. We can go ahead and put this in the water. Put it in the water and we're going to leave it in there for about 20 seconds. Alright, go ahead and take it out. Alright, just put it right here for now. And we're just going to let it sit and soak up all the water. Okay, so it looks like you're just about ready. Go ahead and put it up over the top. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to put it right there. So we want to make sure you got enough space for your fingers. Can you grab that with your fingers? Is that enough space? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start pressing it down. Yep, we're going to press down right here. And we're going to try and stretch the leather. Okay. Alright, so now that we're done with this, we're going to come over here and we're going to try and trim around this just on the outside. Yeah, it's not perfect, but that'll work. There we go. Okay, so I obviously messed this up, so we're gonna go ahead and trim this. I am. Hold this for me. Alright, put it over here. Yep, we're going to put it, yep, that'll work just fine. So we're going to use this edge. I'm going to hold this here. Why don't you go ahead and draw around it. That's too hard. We're going to be making this to 6 inches. Okay, so we're going to cut this out now. So I'm not sure what shape we should do for the flap yet, but we'll work on that a little bit later. There we go. Alright, let that roll up. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lay out our lines for stitching, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the silver bit and we're going to push it, pay attention. What we're going to do is we're going to take the silver bit and we're going to push it right next to the edge of the leather. And we're going to dig into the leather. We'll move this just for now. And you'll be very careful around the edge.
Wait, it kind of looks like this one inside of it.
Yep, that's going to go on the back. Okay, and then what we got to do is we got to figure out where this first point goes. We're going to put it right. You can't see it. I'm going to put it right there. And then we're going to roll it right along the edge. Do you know what this is for? This is for spacing our stitches, because we're going to stitch all this leather together. We need to be able to evenly space our stitches. So that's going to be all the spots where we do our stitches.
It already looks like it's stitching.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Stitched.
Okay, so I'm going to use this worst board for hammering. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put this just like this. Go ahead and whack the awl, okay? Good, 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 good. All right, there's the first stitch. All right, do one more. Perfect. That's exactly how hard I need you to hit it. Good job. Do it again. Good job. You know, by the end of this, you're going to be really good. Okay, 2 more. Good job. You know, I'm going to have to start bringing you down to the forge. You're a good striker. There There we go. You want to see something funny? We made a smiley face.
I was trying to do that on purpose.
Nice. With the hammer?
Yeah.
All right, so now all we have to do, let's see, this is the inside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the awl, and I'm gonna go ahead and poke these all in individually. Yep. There we go. Oh, it looks like our top piece of leather is still kind of wet. I think that'll be okay. So that piece will just fit right there. And so now we gotta go ahead and punch all these holes. You ready to punch these?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and trace the shape of the tip of my sheath here, because it'll be very similar to yours. Does that sound okay? On you.
This is the perfect size.
Here, buddy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Lucy's favorite shape on here. Which one was your favorite? Which one did you pick? Oh, we're gonna add a kitty right here.
No! A billion kitties.
No, we're gonna add a kitty. We're gonna add a kitty. All right, go ahead and hammer it. Do one more, just for good measure. There we go. Look at that kitty.
We have to do another one.
We have another one?
There.
You wanna put one on here?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
We have to.
All right, hold on. I wanna make sure we have enough room for the stamp. Also it has to be, okay, I think right there. How about that? One more. This is drier leather, so why don't we do two really hard ones. Oh, there we go. That should be plenty now. There we go. Is that enough? Are we good now?
No.
Can that be the last one?
No, another one.
I don't think we have any more room. I think that's gonna have to be it. There's no more room.
Nope.
That's all we got? No more?
Yeah. I'm doing it.
What are you doing? No. That's where the bend is. That's not gonna work. All right, so for you, it's only been a few seconds, but for us, it's been about, what is it, a week since we last did this? Yeah, I think it's been about at least a week. So what we're going to do today is we're going to sew this thing up, and then we're going to stain it, and we're going to put the belt clip on, and then we will be done.
Yeah.
So here's what we do. Can you hold these together? Okay, so what we got to do is we'll put a needle through here, just like this.
Sometimes you need to use a knife.
Sometimes I need my pliers because I don't thread this properly. Alright, so we're just going to go like this. And now what we do, let's see, is we put one needle through here. This one through. Now we can take this other one, and we're going to push it right back through. You see that? So this one's going to come through this side. And once we get it through, we pull it tight. See that?
Yeah.
And then we can go to the next hole. There you go. Now pull tight. There you go. That's how. So Lucy, did I ever tell you about how I made that box over there for your uncle?
No.
Well, a lot of these tools that we're using today actually come from your uncle. He does more leather working than I do, right?
Yeah.
And so the first time, I borrowed his tools, I decided I wanted to make him a box so that he could store all of his tools so it was easier to move around. And then the next time he let me borrow his tools, I bought him these needles that we're using today because he didn't have very many needles. So every time you borrow someone's tools, you should never return the tools after using up their stuff. And this time I noticed he was running out of the thread, and so I bought him a bunch of threads.
Cool.
So every time you borrow someone's tools, it's always polite to buy them something in return, either a new tool, or you can buy them, you know, some more thread or some more needles or something like that.
Why can't you just return them?
Well, because if I borrow his tools and I use up all of his thread and then return his tools back to him, he'll have less than when he started. I want him to have more than when he started. That way he doesn't mind if I borrow his tools. So whenever I have a leather project, I have to go over and ask him if I can borrow his tools, and he always lets me borrow them because I always bring them back.
Of a new set of something.
Yep. Okay. Now do you know what this part does?
What?
See this little clip?
Yeah.
This is the clip we're going to use for yours. So this piece of leather holds on that clip. You want to grab your mallet?
I can grab it.
All right, go ahead. Be careful, watch my fingers. Good. There we go. So we put that on there. And then we can put this on here. Just put it on top. In just a second. So this part has a little bit of a rounded bit on it. And you can put that rounded bit right there. And then when you take this, go grab your mallet. So be very careful with my fingers and go ahead. Go ahead a couple more times. Keep going. It didn't quite go in. Alright, come over here to this corner here. Let's try this one more time. Go ahead. Hit it 3-4 times. There you go. You're good. Alright. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's seated. Look at that. Alright, go ahead and hit it a few times. A little harder. Alright, you're good. Alright. Looks like we got it. Good job.
And a little bit.
Yep. There's your snap. So I'd like you to start by putting a needle through the hole. The first one's always hard because you got to find both holes. So go ahead and push the needle through. Alright, and you find that second hole. There we go. There it was, hitting here. There you go. There you go. And then we pull these, pull the other needle, and lift it up next to mine. There we go. Now we got the same size. Put your needle right through there. Oh, that one. Good. Push it through. It's getting kind of tight now, isn't it? So we already got it. We already got some thread through there, so we're gonna pull that. And actually, now since this is our last stitch, I'm gonna pull that off. Here, can you do me a favor and pull these tight just like that? Good. All right, pull them really tight so I can cut. Move your fingers. Here, pull it again. Good. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that a little bit. And a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, if we did right, your Leatherman squirt will fit right inside. Look at that.
It's almost done.
It is almost done. Yeah, we just need to put a snap on there, and then we need to stain it.
And then we're done.
Yep, then we're done. Okay, so we're gonna use that in just a second. All right, so what I wanna do is I wanna line this up. Put this right in the middle. And mark exactly where I want it. So we're gonna mark it, we're gonna put it down just a little bit more. Okay, so that's where we're gonna wanna put the hole. All right, go ahead and we're gonna need you to hammer. Go for it. I'm gonna widen it with this one real quick.
We have another one?
Go for it. Here, this. All right, you're good. Oh, yeah, nailed it right into the wood. Okay, so this is just to widen it up to make this next part easier.
Gonna do it.
No, we're done with that. Alright, here's your hammer. Get it ready. We're gonna use this bolt because I don't have the right switch.
It's a screw, I think.
Ouch.
Right.
Okay. Up. Alright, you're gonna hammer a little harder this time. Now remember, you're hammering flat, so your hammer is up here, okay? Not my fingers, please. Harder. Hammer really hard. All right, there you go. Looks like it moved. Oh yeah, beautiful. All right, you ready for this? There you go.
Can I try it on?
We're not. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, just like that.
What?
That way you don't need a belt. Awesome. You can as soon as we stretch it out. Yeah. we'll have to play with it a little bit and loosen it up. So here's what I do. Since I don't have the proper stuff, I just use a paper towel.
Yeah. You can do that if you want.
There's a bubble. Okay, and then I just kind of wipe it on like this. We're gonna try and avoid the metal if we can, but it's probably gonna get on the metal.
It smells so good.
And we're gonna get inside the threads and everything. So we're gonna chalk this up to me not knowing how to put stain onto leather properly. We have a couple different issues here. One, for some reason, this spot here took the stain a lot darker than the rest of it. The kitties are turning out really nicely. But I have a spot on the front here where it was dented earlier and that's not taking stain. So I'm not sure what that means. Maybe I can press the fibers, but I can't seem to get that to take any stain. And I'm not sure why. It's probably something I did, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit here and we're gonna let it dry now. I've buffed out all of the excess stain. So hopefully it'll be good here in a couple hours. All right, it looks like it's all done. What do you think? Does it look okay?
Yeah, look at the two kitties.
Yeah. All right, you put it on.
I hope it works. Yeah.
All right, looks good. All right, try to get the knife out, see what happens. There you go. Yeah. Can you put it back and snap it? You get it snapped?
Hope.
You don't have to force it, you just have to get it lined up. There you go. Yeah, that's okay. It'll just take some work. That's good. Awesome. High five. Good job.
High five the camera.
All right, goodbye.
High five.
Bye.